Ever noticed how different forms of racism can feel so different? They can even involve twisted versions of what some people might call love. It sounds strange, but understanding this difference is key to seeing how these hateful ideologies work. Let's break down two major historical examples. First, let's look at the anti-Semitism pushed by the Nazis. This wasn't about control in a paternalistic way. It was a paranoid eliminationist ideology. They painted Jewish people as a secret, all-powerful, and evil force that was contaminating society from within. The goal wasn't to guide or civilize them. It was to remove and destroy them completely. This ideology was built on pure fear and a genocidal hatred. There was absolutely no room for any kind of twisted sentimental love. It was about total annihilation. Now, let's contrast that with the anti-Black racism that justified slavery and colonialism. This was often a deeply paternalistic and exploitative ideology. It framed Black people as childlike, primitive, and incapable of taking care of themselves. This narrative claimed they needed the guidance and protection of the white master class. This is where that disturbing idea of love comes in. Slave owners could convince themselves they were being kind or even loving masters, all while perpetrating brutal, lifelong exploitation. This sentimental feeling was a psychological tool to justify unimaginable cruelty. It allowed the oppressor to feel good about themselves while committing horrific acts. So, one form of racism is driven by a paranoid fear that demands extermination. The other is driven by a paternalistic superiority that justifies exploitation through a distorted lens of care. One sees the other as a hidden, powerful threat to be destroyed. The other sees the other as a lesser being to be controlled and used, often cloaked in the language of affection. Recognizing this distinction is crucial. It shows us that racism isn't a single monolithic evil. It adapts, it mutates, and it uses different psychological tricks to justify itself. Understanding these mechanisms helps us better identify and dismantle them wherever they appear today. Thanks for watching. If this gave you a new perspective, consider liking the video and subscribing for more deep dives. See you next time.